do a book review on Seeing Red. This is the second book in the Looking Glass Wars. I did do a book review on the first one. I read it back over spring break, I believe. This is what it looks like. So yeah, I can link that video down below to kind of give you an idea, but this is the second one. This is about Alice in Wonderland, but kind of the premise is that the Alice in Wonderland story, we know it's not true, it was made up, and this is actually what happened. It's a lot more violent, a lot more action, there's romance, and Red is the Queen of Hearts, who is supposed to be, is Alice's aunt. So, this book, I'll read the back. It says, Wonderland under attack. Alice of Wonderland's rule has just begun, and already those who prefer chaos to peace are threatening to destroy everything worth imagining. With her life now a mix of duty, love, and tough decisions, Alice is doing her best to keep pace with the non-stop demands. And then a series of phantom sightings set fire to an urban myth. The people think that her imperial viciousness has returned, her aunt. And everyone is seeing Red. But has Red somehow freed herself and her chief assassin, the cat, from the confines of the heart crystal? If then, who has resurrected Red's brutal foot soldier, the glass eyes, and set them loose to attack Wonderland on all sides? Can Alice unite her country and her people to defend white imagination, or will Wonderland be lost? This, I've read actually all three of them. The third one is Arch Enemy. If you're curious, I will have a review up in probably, I think 4 days or so. But that will be the next review that will be going up. But I really got in a reading kick, so yeah, that's why there's going to be a lot of reviews this month. But yes, this was my favorite of the three. It had the most action, and a lot of the characters were together with the action. It wasn't, you didn't do a lot of jumping. There was a few jumping parts, but for the most part, there's like two main, like good versus evil, and there's a third person involved in this. But if I say who that is, it kind of gives it away. But, so it's Alice, Red, and then another person who are kind of all under attack, and they're all, and so basically this whole book is Alice is trying to figure out who is trying to attack them. She just started ruling the Looking Glass Wars, and she becomes queen. And yeah, so that's what that happens, and then she becomes queen, and this book takes over, and this book is about someone is attacking her kingdom, and she's trying to figure out who, and there's a lot of things you find out about people that you didn't know in the other book, which I really liked. They kind of intertwine a bunch of characters, and you didn't jump back and forth. It kind of stayed. It was very an easy read, very quick, and I really liked it. And at the end of the book, the person who's not Red succeeds in what the person was trying to do. And so something really bad happens at the end of the book, and then it has to be resolved in this third book. So that's what it ends. It ends with a kind of a big battle, but not really. Kind of like in a lot of series where the second book or a book will end with like a final, like something settled, like they figure out who's doing it, but now the last book is kind of trying to figure out how to stop them and what they're going to do. So yeah, this was Seeing Red. I'd really recommend it. I really liked it. My husband actually read these first, and that's why I had them, and that's why I decided to read them. So they have a lot of like magic. Their magic is imagination. They can imagine anything, or not everyone, but like most people have some imagination, and they can imagine things. So they can imagine a bomb where there wasn't one, or they can imagine like themselves somewhere. And the earth doesn't come too much into effect on this, because in the first book she starts out on Earth. The Earth that I remember doesn't have a lot to do with this. There's nothing major that happens there. It's basically pretty much all set in Wonderland. There's like one major thing that happens on the Earth, but nothing too major, I guess. And yeah, so I really like this. Would definitely recommend it. Definitely read this first one first, though. It's not a book that you can kind of start in the middle. They do kind of recap the first book, because like I said, I hadn't read this since spring break, so that was in March, I believe. So like 6 months ago I read this, so I wasn't too far behind when I was reading this. And they have this book and the first book all have like pictures in the middle that kind of give you an idea of what's going on. So like this, I'll show you kind of how different it is. This is supposed to be the cat, like the cat that you guys all know with a big smile. That's supposed to be him in these books. So it is very different. It's darker than Alice in Wonderland, and it's not a kid's book. There's nothing in here that's really like violent or language or anything, but it's not like a typical like Alice in Wonderland book, which you would think of. It's there's lots of wars, and but it's still, even with the wars, there's a plot line in the story, and I really like it. So definitely recommend this. I've rambled on along about it. If you have any books you'd recommend, leave them down below, and don't forget to look at the first book and read it, because it's awesome. And I also have a Goodreads account, so you can kind of keep up with what I'm reading. It will be linked down below. And so I've been trying to keep that up to date, and it's been really encouraging me to read a little bit more, so I can, you know, continue, because you can show your progress on there. And I really like doing that, showing you guys my progress and what books I've read. So if there's any books on there you want to review, let me know down below. And I'll try and do that, and I'll try and get better reviews, but definitely read this. This is the second book, my favorite. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below what books you like, and I will talk to you later. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and like this video. Bye!